today we start chapter 10. In this chapter, we will characterize finite fields. We show that if f is a finite field, then its order is some p to the power n, where p is a prime and n is a positive integer. And most interesting is that any two finite fields of order p to the power n are isomorphic. To honor the French mathematician Évariste Galois, finite fields are called Galois field. Galois proved that there are polynomials of fifth degree which cannot be solved by the radical method. What is radical method and what is the importance of this result? All of you are familiar with the Sridhar Acharya formula, which gives a method to find roots of a quadratic polynomial. In fact, this method is an algorithm. If we are given the coefficients of a quadratic polynomial, then following the Sridhar Acharya rule, we can compute the roots. It was a long-standing problem whether such a method can be developed to solve a polynomial of degree 5, because we already had Carran's method and Ferrari's method to solve cubic and biquadratic polynomials. Most of the mathematicians of that period believed that such a method can be developed, but Galois was one of the few who believed it cannot be, and Galois at the age of 20 proved that there are polynomials of fifth degree which cannot be solved by the radical method. Since finite fields are important in the theory presently known as Galois theory, such fields has been renamed after the name of Évariste Galois. Z2, Z3, in general Zp for any prime integer p are examples of Galois fields. There are many other Galois fields. In this module, we characterize all possible Galois fields as a splitting field of some polynomial over Zp for a suitable prime p. Note that if f is a finite field, then its characteristic is some prime integer p, and so f is an extension of Zp. As a consequence, we have the following characterization on possible orders of a finite field. Let f be a Galois field of characteristic P, then order of f will be p to the power n for some positive integer n. Since f is of characteristic P, so it is an extension of Zp, and since f is a finite field, the degree of this extension will be finite. Assume that the degree of the extension f over Zp is n, and hence f has a basis of n elements, say E1, E2, En over Zp, and hence every element of f can be expressed as a linear combination of the elements E1, E2, En, where the coefficients C1, C2, Cn are from Zp. Since E1, E2, En are linearly independent, so such expressions are unique. So f has as many elements as the total number of above expressions. Now, Ci belongs to Zp implies that each Ci can be chosen in p ways. Thus, total number of such expressions is p to the power n. Thus, it follows that the order of the field f is p to the power n. From this result, immediately we can conclude that there is no field of order 6, since 6 is not a power of some prime. Similarly, there is no field of order 15, there is no field of order 12, but above theorem does not suggest that there always will be some field of order say 25 or say 9 or say 8. In the subsequent discussions, we will show that given any prime p and positive integer n, we always have some field of order p to the power n. Before going to these results, let us prove the following corollary. Let f be a field, then f is of characteristic p and degree of the extension f over Zp is equal to n if and only if order of f is equal to p to the power n. Let f is of characteristic p and degree of the extension f over Zp is equal to n. Then proceeding similarly as in the proof of the previous theorem, it follows that order of f is equal to p to the power n. Now to prove the converse part, assume that order of f is equal to p to the power n, then f is a finite field, and so characteristic of f is equal to q for some prime q. It then follows that order of 1 is equal to q if we consider 1 as an element of the group f plus. Since this group is of order p to the power n, so it follows that q divides p to the power n. Since q is a prime, so q is equal to p, forcing characteristic of f to be p. So f can be considered as an extension of Zp, and since f is a finite field, it is an finite extension of Zp. Assume that the degree of the extension f over Zp is equal to m. We prove that m must be equal to n. Since degree of the extension f over zp is equal to m, it follows from the first part that order of f will be p to the power m, but it is given that order of f is equal to p to the power n, hence p to the power n is equal to p to the power m, which implies that m is equal to n, and thus it follows order of the degree of the extension f over zp is equal to n. Now we give an example of order 4. Consider z2 and a polynomial px is equal to x square plus x plus 1 over z2. Then x square plus x plus 1 has no root in z2. Since it is of degree 2, this polynomial becomes an irreducible polynomial. So, the quotient ring z2x by ideal generated by x square plus x plus 1 is a field, and this contains a root lambda is equal to x plus ideal generated by x square plus x plus 1 of x square plus x plus 1. Thus, lambda belongs to f is an algebraic element over z2, and it has the minimal polynomial x square plus x plus 1 over z2. Hence, z2 lambda is isomorphic to the quotient field z2x by ideal generated by x square plus x plus 1. So, f is isomorphic to z2 lambda. We show that z2 lambda is a field of order 4, since the degree of the minimal polynomial x square plus x plus 1 of lambda over z2 is 2, we have 1 lambda is a basis of the extension z2 lambda over z2. So, every element of z2 lambda can be expressed as a linear combination of 1 lambda with coefficients from z2. Since z2 has only 2 elements 0 and 1, so there are 4 combinations, and thus we get 4 elements of z2 lambda as 0, 1, lambda and 1 plus lambda. Thus, we get a field of 4 elements. I would like to give here the composition tables for this field. First, look at the composition table for addition. If we add lambda with lambda, then we get 2 lambda, and since z2 is of characteristic 2, so 2 lambda becomes 0, and thus lambda plus lambda is 0, and lambda plus 1 plus lambda will be 1 plus 2 lambda, which is actually equal to 1. Similarly, you can check that 1 plus lambda plus 1 plus lambda is 0 and all others. Now, to give the composition table for multiplication. Suppose we are to multiply lambda with lambda, then we are getting lambda square. But it's interesting that in this field there is no element lambda square. Then what is the actual value of lambda square? Since lambda is a root of the polynomial x square plus x plus 1, so we have lambda square plus lambda plus 1 equal to 0, which gives us lambda square is equal to minus lambda minus 1. But Z2 being a field of characteristic 2, there minus 1 is equal to 1. Thus, minus lambda minus 1 becomes lambda plus 1. Thus, actually the product of lambda with lambda, that is lambda square, is actually 1 plus lambda. So, if we multiply lambda with 1 plus lambda, then we get lambda plus lambda square, which is actually equal to minus 1 or 1, and this follows from the relation lambda square plus lambda plus 1. Similarly, you can multiply 1 plus lambda with 1 plus lambda, then we are getting 1 plus 2 lambda plus lambda square, and which is actually lambda, because 2 lambda becomes 0 for characteristic of Z2 is 0. Thus, 1 plus 2 lambda plus lambda square becomes 1 plus lambda square, which is equal to lambda, follows from the relation lambda square plus lambda plus 1 equal to 0. Similarly, if you consider Px to be x cube plus x plus 1 over Z2, then it is also an irreducible polynomial over Z2, and we will get a field of order 2 cube, that is 8. Similarly, considering a polynomial of degree 2 over Z3, we can construct a field of order 9. Is it possible to construct a field of order p to the power n for every prime p and every positive integer n? In the following result, we show that yes, it is possible. For every prime integer p and positive integer n, there is a field of order p to the power n. Actually, here we construct a polynomial over Zp of degree p to the power n, and show that its splitting field over Zp contains a field of p to the power n elements. Actually, this is the set of all roots of fx in this splitting field. So, let us start. Consider the field Zp and the polynomial fx equal to x to the power p to the power n minus x over Zp. First, we show that the roots of fx are distinct. In other words, it has no repeated roots. Let f be a splitting field of fx over Zp. Since f is an extension of Zp, the characteristic of f is equal to p. Let alpha is a root of fx in f and assume that the order of alpha is m. Then we have some gx over f such that fx is equal to x minus alpha whole to the power m into gx. That is x minus alpha whole to the power m into gx is equal to x to the power p to the power n minus x. Let us take formal derivatives of both sides and we get m into x minus alpha whole to the power m minus 1 into gx plus x minus alpha whole to the power m into g dash x is equal to p to the power n into x to the power p to the power n minus 1 minus 1. Since f is of characteristic p, so p to the power n into x to the power p to the power n minus 1 becomes 0 and we get m into x minus alpha whole to the power m minus 1 into gx plus x minus alpha whole to the power m into g dash x is equal to minus 1. Then x minus alpha whole to the power m minus 1 divides minus 1, that is x minus alpha whole to the power m minus 1 becomes a factor of minus 1. Since f is a field, this is possible only when m is equal to 1 and hence the roots of fx in f are distinct. Thus, the set of all roots of this polynomial in f contains exactly p to the power n elements. Denote this set by L. So, L is equal to set of all those alpha in f such that f alpha equal to 0. Equivalently, the set of all those alpha in f such that alpha to the power p to the power n is equal to alpha. Now we show that this L is a subfield of f. Consider two elements alpha and beta from L, of which beta is non-zero. Now alpha minus beta whole to the power p to the power n is equal to alpha to the power p to the power n minus beta to the power p to the power n. It follows from the fact that in the all other coefficients of this binomial expression, there will be p, and since f is a field of characteristic p, so all these terms will be actually 0. Thus, it remains only alpha to the power p to the power n minus beta to the power p to the power n. Since alpha and beta both are roots of the polynomial x to the power p to the power n minus x, we have alpha to the power p to the power n equal to alpha and beta to the power p to the power n equal to beta. Thus, alpha minus beta whole to the power p to the power n becomes alpha minus beta. That is, alpha minus beta becomes a root of the polynomial x to the power p to the power n minus x. So, alpha minus beta belongs to L. Similarly, alpha into beta inverse to the power p to the power n is equal to alpha to the power p to the power n into beta to the power p to the power n whole to the power minus 1 or inverse of beta to the power p to the power n. Since alpha to the power p to the power n is equal to alpha and beta to the power p to the power n is equal to beta, we get this is equal to alpha beta inverse, and hence alpha beta inverse belongs to L. Hence L becomes a subfield of F. Thus L is a field of p to the power n elements. Actually, from the definition of splitting fields, since splitting field is a minimal one in which Fx splits into linear factors, it can be proved that L and F are identical. Anyway, this theorem ensures that given any prime p and natural number n, we always have a field of order p to the power n. Now, it is a great question, how many fields of order p to the power n are there? Is it possible to find more than one field of order p to the power n? Yes, it is always possible to get. So, is there any relation between such fields? Now, we prove that given any prime p and positive integer n, if f1 and f2 are two fields of order p to the power n, then there is an isomorphism between f1 and f2. So, up to isomorphism, there is an unique field of order p to the power n. To establish such an isomorphism, first we show that if f is a field of order p to the power n for some prime integer p and positive integer n, then f is a splitting field of the polynomial x to the power p to the power n minus x over zp. Note that f star, the set of all non-zero elements of f, forms a group with respect to multiplication with identity 1. Then for every c belongs to f star, we have c to the power p to the power n minus 1 is equal to 1, that is c to the power p to the power n minus c is equal to 0. Thus, every non-zero element of f is a root of the polynomial x to the power p to the power n minus x over zp. 0 is also a root of this polynomial. Now, a polynomial of degree p to the power n has exactly p to the power n roots in any of its splitting fields, and f contains p to the power n elements, each of which is a root of the polynomial x to the power p to the power n minus x, and this is a polynomial of degree p to the power n. Thus, f becomes a splitting field of the polynomial x to the power p to the power n minus x over zp. So, we see that if f1 and f2 are two fields of order p to the power n, then both of them are splitting fields of the polynomial fx equal to x to the power p to the power n minus x over zp. Again, we have if fx is a non-constant polynomial over a field K, then any two splitting fields of fx over K are isomorphic. Hence, it follows that f1 and f2 are isomorphic. Thus, we have any two finite fields of the same order are isomorphic. Recall that when we find splitting field of the polynomial x square plus x plus 1 over z2, then I remarked that though we do not have an explicit expression for this field of order 4, still it is not at all a problem, because there is unique field of order 4 up to isomorphism. After completing this module, we have really established that there is only one field of order 4 up to isomorphism. Also, I have given here the composition tables for a field of order 4. So, I think now you realize that really it is not at all a problem. Similarly, in case when you get a splitting field of order say 8 or 9 or anything else, you would be able to construct the composition tables and understand that though we do not know the actual identity of lambda, so it is sufficient only to get the degree of the extension S over ZP.